Rhino Nation, it is the weekend! Happy weekend to everyone, and you know what that means. If it's the weekend, it's CWL Lite action. This time for week 9. Getting ready for the bye week coming up, but we had to finish the week, the 3 series of wars here, and so week 9 we ended up facing Procastibators. And let's just go ahead and see how it turned out. We knew that this was going to be a tough one. And bummer. Wah, wah, wah. It was a tough one. We congratulate them on the good victory. We had a couple tough runs with a few things that we just couldn't recover from. But Town Hall 9 struggled at the beginning, kind of came back. We needed one dip ultimately. Let's just go ahead and take a look at what happened with our team here. I would like to give a shout out to the Town Hall 10s. They did a great job. We'll look at their percentage in a minute. We had 4 hits, and 3 of them, 3 of the 3-star attacks were fresh hits. So awesome job to you guys. Let's just go ahead and look down, and you can see right there, number 10, Rohan, 2 fresh 10 triples. Great job, buddy. Way to go. And we also had, I think, 3 6-packers. Let's see, Layla with 1, Javier Pimentel, and Nand, I believe. Those were the only ones. We had a couple others who were very close, but close is no cigar, so that's how it goes. But good job to them. Let's go ahead and still take a look at some attacks, because even though we lost, we do have some great attacks to show. So we're going to start with a couple Town Hall 9s first. Let's just move over to the map here, number 15 to start, with Javier, who also plays a couple Town Hall 10s. He's pretty much a beast, and he loves a little TDH. He's awesome at it. He does a great job getting in early and picking the right bases for this strat. And I did have a video, if you didn't check that out, a few, maybe 2 weeks ago now, where we just had our Monday Fun Day War with TDH, so check that out to kind of get a little bit more information on that attack. But you always go in with the Queen Walk, and you are not necessarily trying to get the Queen. It's trying to more or less, you know, maybe take out some ADs and carve a path for your loons, really. And you notice 18 minions. That is another key point of the old TDH attack, because you use your minions to follow in with your loons. So he's looking pretty good right here. Another thing that you always like to do is use your king kind of as a tank and help with the wall breakers. So he's already done 1 successful wall break. You see he's going to use a Coco loon right there to check for any Sams, anything that might be a little bit scary for those healers. He wants to keep them up. Nice rage to get both the healers and the queen. Meanwhile, his king is just hanging out over there all by himself. He's having a little trouble with the wall break. There's a little bit weird action going on there. I don't know what happened. But success regardless, because under the rage they were able to get through that compartment there. And now look, he even is going to have a chance at getting the queen. He does take 1 Sam to the healers, but that's okay. He has carved out a nice little path, and no sweepers to worry about either. So here go the hounds coming in with the loons, and you see how the minions follow immediately to start cleanup. And basically the idea too is the hounds and the loons have already cleared all the mines and Sams, so those minions are just free to go ahead and clean up everything that's needed in the back. We still have it. Oh, hound finally popped. Great job. You can see it's already over. Nothing but the cleanup to happen. So nice job, Javier. Nice 6-pack. Way to go, buddy. Moving up to number 13, I believe. Yes, number 13 is our own Layla Sam, who is absolutely killing it in League. And I like this attack, although I cannot always pull off this darn bolt quake thing. So you can see she puts her quake down first, 2 in the center, and then she looks to see where she might need the last quake, or the last bolt, so she put it a little bit farther toward that inside one. Great job on the placement on that, and watch how patient she is on the dragons with this one. And you'll see too, this was a cleanup attack, so she knew where the Teslas were. They're actually down there right right there where she ends up putting her heroes. And so she's going to end up getting great value in addition to kind of making sure to carve out a little bit of the base for the dragons. And yeah, Troll Tesla, probably forgot that, put her wizard down, but that's okay. Using the king ability already. Needs to get through these Teslas and this sketchy spot. And then she goes ahead and adds a wizard there so that the queen can get around, and she still has the ability there, so now she's ready to go ahead and bring in all the dragons. And you see she's doing the dragons from there because look where the sweepers are, so she's good. Here comes the CC, that's fine, she's got the dragons to deal with it. She'll wait until they kind of get up a little bit. There they go, putting down the poison. And here comes some loons, and this is the thing I do like to do with this one, is you go ahead and use a hound kind of to tank and go across the base. Did she use a hound? No, she did not. There it is! Okay, I thought she did, so then I got myself a little bit confused. So maybe dropped it a little bit later than she would have liked, but went ahead, brought the hound in. Loons are cruising. Great work already. Now, you know, the one thing is you have to be really patient on this one with where to use your rage because of using the 3 bolts and a quake. You don't really have many spells left, so it's the one rage to go or nothing. Good job, Layla. Great patience on this one, and it's one of those, I wish I would have thought of that since I struggled on my second hit, but nice job, Layla. Good cleanup. For our last one, let's go ahead and look at last Town Hall 9 anyway. Nand was our other 6-packer, so again, I always like to show these if I can. And here we go with Nand, and he is our witch guy, but look at this little different attack that he uses. He actually uses his healers on the golem because he knows that the golem is going to take some serious heat over there with the Expos and Archer Tower and Teslas, and then he puts his other troops down at the bottom, and he's going to actually use his king to go up the side. Normally he brings another golem to take up the side, but on this one he's going to use his king along with a couple wizards and and witches, and it looks like some of them are going to say, no way, we're not going up there, buddy. You go on by yourself. We're going to go over here with the big guys. So he uses his jump right in the center. The CC splits on him a little bit. You can see the Valks are over on the other side, kind of tearing up those troops. Or the Valk and Wizard. And he did get the baby dragon down, so good. Puts his other jump down. So he has a heal left still, and his ability. You know, and that's the one thing about this attack, any of the witch attacks really. It starts to kind of fizzle out, but not to get too worried, because as long as you still have some troops up, especially a few witches, this attack can just go on forever. So there he is. I'll get ready to speed it up here in a minute. As soon as he takes down that Expo, you know that the queen just has to get out. There's really not much going on up the top here. He puts one archer down. There you go. The bowlers kind of break through, so they're going to get that Tesla. And as long as he uses his ability right here, there we go. He is done with this base. So good job, Nand, and once again, good job to you for the 6-pack. Alright, since we had such a great performance by our Town Hall 10s, you know I'm going to have to try to show all of those. So we're going to try to get through 4 attacks from our Town Hall 10s, and we will start at the first one. And this was actually our first Town Hall 10 hit as well, or 3-star, by Roe, coming right in, going for the fresh triple. So let's see how he does it. Falcon attack. It is powerful, people. It really is. In fact, all of their 10v10s were falcons. You'll see that we have a couple different attacks. I think we had 2 falcons and 2 Lalo of some sort. So the way this works, if you haven't heard of this attack yet, you go ahead and you funnel both sides. One side is usually with the queen, and the other side's usually with a baby dragon or some other kind of troops, and then you send all your other guys right up the gut. So here he goes, queen going in, and per normal you send a loon in just to make sure that there's not a Sam right there that's gonna just shatter your dreams right away. And the CC gets pulled, that's fine. He's got the poison. He's gonna, yeah, He's good. Okay, so now she starts going over to the other side. I'm not sure if he wanted her to go that way or the other way, but we will see how this ends up turning out. Battling with the king right now. So he ends up, I believe, yep, using his ability, but he's okay. Alright, so he funneled really the other side. Oh boy, here come a few more troops he's got to deal with. That's okay. So he did, again, he kind of funneled the other side. I don't know if he really intended to go on this side, but because the queen went that way, the Valks, he has to go ahead and carve out a little bit on the other side, on the 9 o'clock, and then send in the Valks and the bowlers, and here they go. And they just shred this base. He probably didn't care which side it went on, since this is more of a symmetrical base. He could you know, go either way. And with those lower level walls, those Valks are just going to shred through that first couple sections, and that's exactly what happened. You can see all of the bowlers that he has. He has healers. This one is over already. Still has an archer and a poison left, but really nice job, Ro. Coming in, identifying this base as a good Falcon base, and just going in fresh. Who cares? Let's get one in the books already. So nice job, Ro. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at his second attack. Again, he had a 6-pack, and they were both fresh hits. So great work to him. All of our 10s, again, I got to give you a hand. You've been doing an awesome job, all working together to plan all of your hits. They're always on voice. They're always chatting, DMing, whatever, trying to make sure that they know which bases they want to hit, and if somebody's hit, what kind of adjustments need to be made too. So on this one though, again, he had a fresh hit, and he practiced for a long time trying to see if he could get this bowler bounce down here at 6 to get that archer tower, because he wanted to be able to funnel the queen to go up. And you see right here, he's probably thinking, dang it, healers, what are you doing? But as long as the queens can survive long enough, you see the bowler's going to go down from that inferno in no time, and then the healers will switch over. So just in the nick of time, takes a Sam, but that's okay. He's a cool cat under pressure, so he's not worrying at all. Healers switched. Here come the... they gonna make it in? Yes. And he's another one. Really nice job with the wall breaks. He uses the king over there on the side to make sure that the queen is gonna go in and take those wall breaks. Here come a few more because he wants to go in another layer deep. And he gets it. And here comes the CC, so the poison's down. Perfect. So he's looking pretty good right now. He's going to have to be patient because you see he's got a Lalo and he does not have a Skelly. So he wants his queen to go over, and she does, to get the enemy queen. As soon as that enemy queen's down, he is good to go to send in his Lalo. So let's see when he's going. Wants to make sure his queen is raged before he takes his eye off of her. And then he goes ahead and puts in a few hastes. Here they go. Haste him in. It's going to get the Infernos. Look at the path, though, that's set up. Got a little bit kinked there on the Inferno down at the bottom, but the rest of it, it's almost a straight shot over. So as long as he can get those loons over there in time while the Hound is tanking, and he's still up. Look at him. He's still got plenty. There he goes, finally. But already, it's good. So nice job on this one. He is a king at the Lalo, and he's one that has actually a couple Town Hall 10s. So he's good at it. Very good. Good job, Rohan. Okay, how about let's take a look at somebody different this time. Let's take a look at Noenk. That's actually Professor Cuddles running this account. And I want to go ahead and see this one. We attempted this type of attack, this opener anyway. This was the 4th hit on this base, I believe. The first 2 we tried, super, super close with the same entry, but with hogs on the back end. And we just could not get, you'll see it's like the death sentence over here, right here where there's Teslas and Infernos. We just couldn't get it with the hogs, so we decided let's go ahead and switch it up with loons. I think that'll work with loons. So, and this actually may have been the 5th attempt on this base. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think we tried 2 hogs and 3 loons. So great patience to you guys because we knew this would work, but the beginning part right here is what was so tricky and what was hanging us up for a couple of the hits. You got to get the CC troops down, and then you have to be careful where you set your wall breakers in because you need to get him into that second layer there, which he did. You want to get the queen. You want to try to get in there to get the other AD and the sweepers if you can. And you'll see he does a nice job. The king ended up doing something a little bit different than the other attacks, but it actually ended up working out okay. Now you see she's going dangerously close over there to the Inferno. So he goes ahead and puts down his Lalo as soon as the enemy queen is engaged. And here come the loons. Good job. That first hound taking a beating with looked like one Sam and a couple mines. So here comes his max hound to take yet another mine just in the nick of time before the loons get there. His queen's still up. She's still looking good. Nice haste right there, and he's still got a heal, a rage. There he goes. He uses the other haste to make sure he can get him through because he wants to use, see, there it is, the Death Valley right there with the Teslas and the Inferno. Ah! But he has a heal and a rage. So all that's left is his cleanup minions, and he is getting them going once he sets all of that stuff down. He makes sure to get that hut up there at the corner. That can be a killer sometimes. We always talk about huts win wars, but and they really can. You got to really make sure before you set down that last troop, look over the base just to make sure that you've got it. So great job on this one, buddy. I know this is it's tough when you're trying to redo an attack, an opener, but you did it. Nice 3. Good job. Okay, so we have time for one more, I believe. Let's just make sure I'm not going to miss anybody. I don't think I am. Ivan coming in with the other fresh hit triple on the 10. So check this one out. Again, a falcon attack. So we had the first one was a falcon, the next 2 were loons, and this is another falcon. So he wanted to hit this one fresh because he knew that this was another good base for it. So here he goes. He starts with his queen walk, using some wizards or a wizard to help funnel, and here comes a baby dragon to help get a few more things down. Let's see how long he's going to last. He might not last very long, but if he can at least get a few things down, that's helpful. Alright, there's a wizard and the king for the other side. So you see, as long as they... And it is also important on this one, get your Valks and your kill squad going as soon as you see that the other side from the queen is good, you know, is funneled well enough. You don't want to wait too long. Here come the troops. Enemy coming in. But he has the poison down. You can see all the ADs are back here, so he is hoping that his healers can hang on as long as they can. Of course, they go over to the right-hand side, but that's perfect because that's where a lot of his Valks are over there. King coming around at the top, still looking good. He's used the ability, but... And here he goes ahead and uses some of the hogs to make sure that those Valks don't get tempted of coming back outside. They do a little bit anyways, a little bit later, but the hogs are still doing their job. There's still 2 up while the enemy is distracted. Just killed this base. Really nice job, Ivan. He's been a really great player for us at Town Hall 10, so good job, guys. So again, congratulations to Procastibators. We were hoping we could get this win before the bye, but you know, you can't always win. So we'll take this bye week and kind of kick back, relax, have fun a little bit before the next round. I did also want to mention before we go, Chief was super close on his 11v11. Again, you know, we kind of had to take a couple gambles on some things after some of our fails, but he was so close. It could have really helped to make a difference. But nice job, Chief. So again, guys, I think that's it for this time. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. We'll, of course, cover all of our league action as well as a few other things that we do during the week. So that's all for this time. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And that is it. See ya.